Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, December the 2nd. Katie and I are here for the Unbreakable podcast today, and it's all Eagles. We've got our Eagles gear on, well, some of us do, and we're going to break down the game between the Eagles and the 49ers. Now, here's the thing. If you want old school opinions, this is the place to go. We don't talk about analytics, do we? We don't talk about any of that crap. War, war, whatever. We don't understand it, but we don't talk about it, do we, honey? No. We just talk about the basic stuff. Now, Eagles 49ers tomorrow. Oh my God, all week long, we've heard this rhetoric going back and forth between fan bases and between radio stations and players and teams and coaches and just play already, okay? You know, all this talk. The 49ers, 49ers, they've been whining since last year, since they lost the NFC Championship game. Well, if our quarterback didn't get hurt, if this would happen, if you know what? Get over it. You lose with grace. You lose, right? There's always a next year. There's always another game. That's why, God forbid the Eagles lose this game tomorrow. That's the way I want them to lose. Lose with class, not whining and gripe and bitch for a whole year. I mean, tomorrow's game is basic. It's easy. It's basic. No turnovers. Got to get a pass rush for Brock Purdy. Got to get the lead. Simple, right? Those three things. So let's break them down. Let's start with got to get the lead. Got to get the lead because the 49ers under Kyle Shanahan are horrendous in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter when they are behind. When they are behind by 10 points or more in the fourth quarter, they just don't come back. They just don't do it. Eagles can't fall behind tomorrow like they did against the Chiefs and the Bills recently. Eagles need to get the lead early and play front runners, put the pressure on the 49ers, and let's see how they respond, right? Got to keep the crowd behind us. Crowd's got to be crazy and loud. Probably some drizzle tomorrow, maybe, although they're saying the weather actually looks like it's going to improve. No wind conditions. So, the weather shouldn't play too much of a factor. It's not going to be cold. Got to get the lead and make the 49ers play from behind. Make them throw the ball. Get pass rush on Brock Purdy. Get the pass rush on Brock Purdy. The quarterback situation, the secondary, isn't going to matter as much, right? Not worried about the Eagles secondary, especially in the middle of the field. George Kittle will probably have a field day. Christian McCaffrey probably will have a good game, not only running the ball, but catching the ball, especially screens and these little dump passes over the middle. He probably will. What you got to do is limit the damage. Don't give up big plays. And try to take the ball away from them. But if you get the lead, you make the 49ers play from behind. You make them throw the ball. You put the pressure on Brock Purdy. And let's see what this Mr. Irrelevant has, right? The last pick in the draft. Let's see what he can do in a high-pressure situation with 60,000 people yelling at him, right? So that's number one. Number two is other than yes, hi, what do you think? I'm talking and talking. We don't even get your opinion. She definitely is picking the Eagles tomorrow. Definitely, right? So number two is limiting turnovers. I mean, we know turnovers are killers. And Eagles overcame a bunch of turnovers last week to beat the Bills. And You just can't get down near the goal line and turn the ball over. You can't give the 49ers a short field either. You just can't do it. Jalen Hurts, I think I think he will play a great game tomorrow. He's a money player. He's a winner. He's a clutch player. And I think he's going to play like he did in the second half last week. I do think it's important for the Eagles to run the ball. If you noticed last week, when the Eagles were most effective at throwing the ball was in the second half when they established the run game. I'm not saying run all the time. I'm just saying keep it balanced and keep it even and make this 49ers respect the run game so they don't expect the pass. Run with Swift and Gainwell and keep them honest. And yes, you score points early and you throw the ball early, you score points. You got to mix in the run too. You can't just go throw, 3 and out, throw, 3 and out. Got to control the ball and you've got to mix it up, right? So the proof is in the pudding. That's when the Eagles were most effective last week. Yes, they threw the ball to catch up last week. We know that, and they were effective. It started the second half when they were down by 10 points. They started running the ball, and that opened up the passing game. So, great Katie girl. Oh, isn't she cute? She's adorable. Superstar. Yeah, you're going to give Daddy a look. So, limit turnovers. Get out to a lead early, hopefully. Make the 49ers play from behind. Yes, Kittle, McCaffrey could have big games, but I think A.J. Brown's going to have another big game tomorrow. I just feel it in my brittle bones. I think he loves situations like this, pressure games, high-profile games, when everything's on the line, national TV, big game against the 49ers. I think he's going to shine tomorrow. I just do. Devontae Smith, he's the rock. He's always there, right? Reliable. I don't think we have to worry about Devontae Smith. I think A.J. Brown is the guy who needs to step up and is going to step up tomorrow. I firmly believe that. I haven't heard anything about the Rocky statue being desecrated so far, which is good for the 49ers because if you remember, when the 49ers came in last year and were all high and mighty and thought they were going to knock off the Eagles in the championship game, they put all kinds of 49er garb on the Rocky statue. Well, there's a jinx going on now with the Rocky statue. The Viking fans did the same thing in the NFC Championship game when the Vikings invaded the town and they desecrated the Rocky statue. And guess what happened to them? The Eagles opened up a can of whoop ass on them. That's what happened. I hear that the one and only Sylvester Stallone is going to be in town tomorrow. He's coming in for some sort of activity or function with the art museum, connected to the art museum. And it wouldn't surprise me if Rocky himself made a trip over to the link tomorrow afternoon to take in the Eagles game. Wouldn't that be something, huh? I don't know. He's sort of a jinx too. It seems like every time Stallone's at the Eagles game, they lose. I don't know. But anyway, I'd rather Stallone be there. I think he probably a little bit of good vibes there, especially if they show him on TV on the scoreboard and the crowd goes wild. having the actual Rocky in the stadium there. Huh? Right, Katie? I think so. I think so. So you got to get pressure on Brock Purdy. Got to score early and often. And you got to limit the turnovers. Those are the three keys to the game for the Eagles to beat the 49ers tomorrow. Now, like I said, my prediction is Eagles 24, 49ers 23. 24-23 Eagles. Why do I say that? Well, because number one, if you're betting on the Eagles, you would cover your bet. That's Eagles are +3 as of this morning, getting 3 points. So I just think it's going to be a close game either way. I don't think either team is going to blow out the other team. Just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think the 49ers, no matter how much they are bent on revenge, I don't think they're going to blow out the Eagles. I can't see that happening. When was the last time the Eagles were blown out of the game, right? And I don't see the Eagles blowing out the 49ers. They're too good. And the Eagles haven't blown anyone out this year. So I think either way, it's going to be a 3-point game. But, you know, I just think it's 24-23 Eagles. That's it. If I wanted to take a prop in the Eagles game tomorrow, there's a lot of good prop bets to me. I think the Eagles get at least 24 points. That's a good prop bet. George Kittle, as much as I hate to say it, with the Eagles secondary and the Eagles linebacking situation the way it is, I would play George Kittle to get at least 70 yards tomorrow in receptions. It's another favorite there. Well, I mean, if you want to keep it basic, the Eagles +3, right? Right, Katie? And since I think it's going to be such a close game, I would take you could find a bracket in there. Eagles to win by how many? I would say between 1 and 6 points. That's plus money too. So a lot of plus good props to them. Good props. Other than the Eagles game, I would say this Tyreek Hill on Miami is trying to beat that all-time record in receiving yardage. And he really, really wants to beat that. Yeah. So I would say, even though his line is something 101 over London. So, I mean, I think if you play Tyreek Hill for over 100 yards, I think it's definitely going to get that. If you want to be a little brave, take Tyreek Hill for 125 or even 150 tomorrow. Keep in mind, the Dolphins are playing the putrid Washington Commanders, and their pass defense is just horrible. Their secondary is horrible. Tyreek Hill is going to go off on you tomorrow. So I wouldn't hesitate. Maybe if I was a betting man, I'd take Tyreek Hill for 150 yards receiving tomorrow. It's definitely possible, knowing that Washington is putrid and that Tyreek Hill really, really wants that record. And I think it's a good bet. Overall, I think there's a lot of good games tomorrow. It's a short week though because of all of our. We already had the Cowboys playing, so I think it's going to be a good week. What do you think? You think so? But of course, the highlight of the week, our Eagles against the stinking San Francisco 49ers. And you know what? I'm tired of hearing about people defecating and pooping on the sidewalks. Let's just move on, okay? Let's these loser 49ers. Let's win this game tomorrow and move on from that. Maybe we'll see them again in the playoffs. Probably will. But who cares after that, right? Next week is Dallas, and we'll talk about Dallas then. Right? So, all right, everybody, have a great day. There's a lot of good college football on today, championship games. There's a lot of good college basketball, including the Big Five. My St. Joe Hawks are going for the Big Five title tonight against Temple, always tough. Ted is playing Sal, and Villanova is playing Drexel. Can't ask for more than that, right? Right, King. College football is going on. Hey, I gotta say something. The Sixers played hard last night. Without Joel Embiid, without Tyrese Maxey, they played hard against the Celtics up in Boston. And for a while there, I thought the Sixers were going to win that game. I really did. Boston, I think, took them a little bit for granted. And then it got scary for Boston because that punk Jason Tatum got thrown out of the game. Sixers could have closed the deal, but you know what? It gave us a good opportunity to see what some of these guys could do. We saw that Patrick Beverly, if given the time and the opportunity, is still a pretty good little player. And not a bad little point guard. So even Bo Bamba, he played well. You would have thunk it, right? Now, this is good for later on in the year. You kind of got to know who you can count and who you can't. For instance, that Tobias Harris did come up big last night. Although, you know what? I'll cut him a break because there's a rumor that he was sick too. And if he's sick, Maxey and Embiid were out because they're sick. So, but I heard something about Harris not feeling well either, but he was out there playing. If that's true, I give Harris a lot of credit for stepping up, gutting it out, and getting out there on the court, right? And if it's not true, that if he wasn't sick, then he's a bum. Right, Kluber. Yeah, he just did step up. So what are you gonna do? But Sixers don't play until Wednesday, so they're getting a little break. Flyers play. I think they play tomorrow. But anyway, we are focused on the Eagles, and we are laser focused on the Eagles, and can't wait till 4:25 tomorrow. And think of me because about 7:30 tomorrow night, we are going to be celebrating, aren't we, Katie girl? We are going to be celebrating an Eagles win. Eagles are going to go 11-1. They're going to have the leg up on the 49ers for the top seed in the NFC. And happy days are here again, right, honey? You got to think positive, guys. You got to think positive that the Eagles are going to do it. Is there a possibility they won't? Oh, yeah, sure, I guess. But you got to think positive that the Eagles will do it, and they will come home with a win tomorrow night for us. 24-23 Eagles. You heard it here. And if I'm wrong, I'll still be here on Monday. One thing, right? It's Rudy a podcast. Say goodbye, Katie girl. She'll be back again someday before Christmas. Won't you, Katie girl? We wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And I'll be back on Monday, and we'll have another fun podcast. And we'll break down the game, and we'll talk about a lot of shit. All right. Have a great day, everybody. You guys take care. We love you all, don't we, Katie? We love everybody. Peace and love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye. Go Eagles. Katie Garland, sign off of here. I think we're stuck. There it is. Okay, bye.